Fix, it's hot, it's sticky. Yes, it's another Edra Tales Twitch live stream. You decide how the story unfolds. Yes, we are doing another playthrough of another game book. This time it is the Portal of Power. Not the Portal of Power, that's Talisman. Portal of Chaos by Simon Tudhope. Illustrations by Tom Knight. Here's the actual physical book. There we go. So very excited. We've got a new Osborne book. It's an Osborne adventure game book. Now this is the 5th in the series. We have played... Oh no, this might be the 6th. We have played 3 of them, or 4 of them, I can't remember. We've played at least 3 of them, the first 3. The 4th one we've yet to play, which is the Goblin's Revenge. And this is the 5th one. Good evening, Steve. Good evening, Steve. Good evening, Lee Rin. First of all, sorry I'm late. Sorry I'm late. I got delayed. Not a lot I could do about that. But hey, doesn't matter. We're all here now. Just want, you know, it's just to G you up, isn't it? Just to get you on your tender hooks waiting. Come on, where is he? Just getting you G'd up. That's my excuse anyway. Yes, it is very, very hot in the UK. By the way, this is Gockle Snook, but you probably already know that. Because you might not have done, but you may have heard about the Bottled Imp YouTube channel, where we have over 450 episodes of fantasy goodness, fantasy board game reviews, fantasy book reviews, and fantasy film reviews. Did I already say that? Book, film, and board game is what we review over there. Plus, we've thrown in a few other episodes as well, just for good measure. And Liren is here. Good evening, good midnight. I am very impressed that you stay up so late to watch this. I am very honoured and humbled by you. If you would like to comment, please do so. Then it does mean I can see what your name is and give you a greeting. If not, if you don't want to comment, that's perfectly fine as well. If you just want to watch, that's absolutely fine. We have Jam, good interfacing ISPs, everyone. Yes, whatever that means. I'm getting too old for this sort of stuff. But Jam's in the house. Now, I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear the music in the background? We are playing the Oblivion remix, or the remastered version. So they've sort of put them out onto the music, onto the YouTubes. And I've picked one that specifically says raining. So all the shots that have gone with it, it's of rain, which is obviously, if you live in the UK, that's what we need at the moment. It's so hot. Plus, I've just bought myself a new gadget. Not just a remote control, no. This little bad boy is hooked up to a fan. So I don't know if you can hear the fan noise. If it's too noisy, then I can always... Hang on. Yeah, that's a different setting. Is that better? Let me know. Let me know if the speed 3 is too noisy. It's fine. Okay. Because it is hot in the dungeon, isn't it, Gockle Snook? Yeah, we've nearly fainted. So, obviously, you need to keep yourself hydrated. And what better way? It's like a sponsorship. Stouffer Press. If you do want to sponsor. Apple cider. This isn't a sponsorship. I just drink this anyway. Expertly crafted in Herefordshire. 4.5. Look at that. You can see. That's just come out of the fridge. You can see it's perspiring. The cider's perspiring. You know it's hot. Oh, my giddy aunt. That is nice. Hello, Jam. Hi, Ken, says Jam. Please could you contact Troy on Messenger when you get a chance? Okay, I will do. I will do. Thank you very much. Oh, that's if I haven't passed out. Let's crack this bad boy open. Hopefully people are on the beverages as well. Let me know what you are drinking, even if it's a soft drink. There's no judgment here. There is. There is. I wonder if Jonathan is joining us tonight, whether he's going to crack open some whiskey or some rum. He normally likes his rum on a Wednesday, doesn't he? It is disappointing because these cans aren't a pint cans, they're only 440ml. But hey, that's a First World War problem. No, First World problem. Cheers, everybody. That is good. Not quite as good as the cider that Julian got me. Good evening, Julian. How are you? Thank you very much. Greetings to you too. There is not a spider in the can, Jam. I'm going to write a song. There's not a spider in the can, Jam. So, clam up. Lewin has put, yep, that same Jeremy Thull's Skyrim magic is serenading in the background. It is, isn't it? It's beautiful. It's really good soundtrack. Really good soundtrack. Jam has rum if Jonathan does. Oh, you'll have a rum here. Well, hopefully he'll join us tonight. Sometimes he doesn't make it. You know, I think he's a bit sloshed before, you know. He might be passed out in his office. Just rum, slight sick down his top. With rum bottle. Conker taking a leak on him. It's stressful being a writer. Steve has put here, I was in France at the weekend. It was 31 degrees. Oh, mama. I think the difference being, though, we are pretty rubbish with the weather. Okay? Hear me out. A lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people complain about the weather. We have all sorts of weather. We have snow, we have heat, we have rain, we have cold, you know, we have the various different states of weather, which I love, by the way. I like the different distinct seasons. So I never complain, because it's like, yeah, but... And also, we're not geared up for any of it. So when it gets really hot, we think, oh, we won't have air conditioning. We won't build houses with air conditioning. Why is that? Well, because it doesn't get that hot in England. It does. It does. And then, like with the snow, it seems to always catch us out. It's like, well, we know that it snows a lot of the time. Why? That's just my two penneth. Steve's put, I was in front. Oh, yeah, I've read that. Julian's put, why has all the rum gone? You drank it, you loon. What's that from? Blackadder? Do you remember the Blackadder episode with Tom Baker? Ah, you have a woman's hand. He's like the little captain, disabled captain in like a. He lost both his legs, and it's brilliant. They give him a wheelchair, but it's shaped as a ship because he's the captain. It's brilliant. Leaving is put, Melbourne, Australia's unofficial anthem is unaffectionately cheeky song called 4 Seasons in One Day. Well, that's kind of what we get sometimes. And I'm going to be getting a haircut very, very soon. Pirates of the Pancreas. People know that reference? Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, is it from Pirates of the Caribbean? I've never seen those. I've seen clips. I've never seen them. I was also an extra in number 4. But I digress. So, as we've got a new book to crack open, very excited, Portal of Chaos by Simon Tudhope, illustrated by Tom Knight. I think this is his 4th one that he's written, or 3rd one. We better crack on with it, because I was also 10 minutes late. So I do apologise for that. Hopefully Martha will join us. Hopefully Jonathan will join us. Hopefully Zods will join us. And Glenn. And Sally. And Spelsing. And hang on. Let's see if I can remember it. Elstoria. That's how you pronounce it. Hopefully they'll join us as well. Julian's put here 4 seasons in one day by Crowded House. We get 4 seasons in 1 hour in Scotland. You certainly do. In fact, you get 5 seasons. You get weather like no other country. Okay, so this is the book, as you recall, that has, this one has 10 images, but, little sneak peek, I'll put it over here, they are clues in the images. So what I've kindly done for you, as well as print off the captain's log, Jam, I expect a joke right about now, I've also scanned in each illustration, tidied it up a bit, and then put it onto the Edra Tells Facebook group. So when we get to an image... Oh, Lee. Where's Lee? Where's Lee? How could I forget Lee? So when we get to an image, I will say its entry number, whatever the entry number is. Then you can look in the media section under albums, under Portal of Chaos, and find the correct illustration to have a look at. So that's just a little heads up, a little pre-warning. So what is Portal of Chaos all about? Ooh. I would imagine there's a portal in it, and I imagine it's very chaotic. Ingenious picture puzzles to solve, exciting dice-based combat. You choose how the story unfolds. Oh, that's the line that I want to use. Is that a Fighting Fantasy sentence? Can you survive your deadliest mission and discover what lies beyond the portal? Every decision is yours in this epic interactive space adventure. Cover illustration by Christopher Park, by the way. Julian Spirit, how many ears has Captain Kirk? The left ear, the right ear, and the final front ear. That is very worthy of you, Julian, very worthy. Captain's log, stardate. Captain's log, stardate. 5202. Replicator out of coffee yet again. That is pretty much what people care about. Spot on. So, let us begin. So what we do is, your character, you are a cyber. This means your body has cybernetic technology that upgrades your basic human abilities. You have artificial claws hidden behind your knuckles. What? Wolverine? And a memory implant that stores everything you see and hear. That's very handy if you're sitting in an exam. This memory implant also contains information on the places you visit and the items you come across. Your logbook. Turn to the end of the instructions. Yeah, your logbook. This is where you'll keep track of your relevant details and missions. Yeah. Life points. So we start with 12 life points. 12 life points. Yeah. Tea. Earl Grey. Hot. Make it so, number one. Is that a good Patrick Stewart impression? So, you expect me to believe that the Borg were trying to help us? Is that... You don't have to hew me. You don't have to butter me up. Just tell it to me straight. Have I got a job on Spitting Image? So we start with 12 life points. But if you lose points, you are hurt. If you drop to 0, you die. You die, and the game ends. At various points, you'll be able to heal yourself up with life points. You can never have more than 12 in total. I've got hydrostatic ovaries. I will say, is that oversharing? I'm not sure. Each time you gain or lose life points, update the number in your logbook. Upgrades. Here we go then. Can swear in Klingon. Can't wait to try Klingon food. Absolutely, yeah. But do you do the wrestling matches? Was it the fighting? I don't know the Star Trek thing, but I have watched every episode of the first series. You know, the original Star Trek, 60s Star Trek. I've also watched every episode of TNG, which is, you know, the Next Generation. I've also watched a lot of Deep Space Nine. I saw that when it came out on TV way back in the day. Enjoyed it immensely. I started to watch Voyager. Couldn't get on with Captain Janeway. She's got a funny voice. I'm more of a Stargate and big silly Git fan. Stargate. I never watched Stargate. What's BSG? Battlestar Galactica. I've got it. Battlestar Galactica. Yes, Battlestar Galactica. The original was good, but the remake. Have you seen the remake? Oh my god, the remake is brilliant. The remake is really good. Leaving has put a Barthel double-bladed sword. Managed to use one in January. I like it. That's the Klingon double thingy. Is that what it's called? Okay, so as a cyber, you have 4 abilities that can be upgraded: strength, speed, skill, and sixth sense. Okay, I tell you what, I wasn't going to do this, but I feel like we need a bit of setting. So I'm going to read out the setting and then it will make more sense. Good evening, Sally. Welcome, welcome. Jammer's Pit. I once started in a play as fallopian tubes. I was overreacting. Oh. Do you just have a big book sitting in front of you, chap? The world's greatest jokes. Babylon 5. Oh, I did like Babylon 5. I never finished watching that. Sasha! Hello, Sasha. Welcome. We're just about to start Portal of Chaos. How are you, madam? Babylon 5, Farscape, Starfate, Atlantis, Android. Love them all. I don't know the last three. We are forgetting... Oh, I've forgotten it. Only had one. Firefly. Firefly was a fantastic sci-fi series. Oh, I might have to have another one of these soon. Great, thanks, says Sasha. Apart from the boiling hot, yeah. How about you? It's very me and Grogglesnook are boiling here in the dungeon. Boiling here in the dungeon. Yeah. So Portal of Chaos. I'm just about to read out. It's a sci-fi adventure. We don't normally do sci-fi adventures, but the public have spoken. This was the one that was voted for. It's a shame Lee's not tuned in yet, because Lee did vote for this. Stargate Atlantis and Andromeda, and yes, Firefly. Yeah, Firefly was really good. Could be interesting. It could be interesting, right? So we have that mysterious, weird photo illustration to begin with. This is the setting. The headquarters of Giant Leap Corp rises before you, a great mass of stone and glass sloping into dim yellow sky. You hunch your shoulders against the wind. Standing between you and the entrance is a statue of Veronica Dyer, founder of Giant Leap, inventor of the Space Gates, and probably the most powerful person in the solar system. As you approach, the statue steps down from its plinth and walks alongside you. Welcome to Giant Leap, friend. Gateway to the stars. I ate a firefly. It was a light snack. It's a hologram statue, programmed to welcome guests, but you turn your collar up and leave it behind. You're here to see the real thing. Veronica Dyer in the flesh. You glance again at the walls of the dark stone. What does she want with you, anyway? What use is a lowly bounty hunter to someone like her? She could hold a whole planet to ransom with a flick of a switch. Just shut down their space gate and watch them starve. A group of guards is waiting to escort you inside. They take you deep into the heart of the building, away from the workers, and then up to a private lift. I'm going to say lift. I'm going to change it from elevator to lift. A private lift that has just one stop, right at the very top. As you get out, the leader puts a hand on your chest. We'll need to deactivate your upgrades, he says. Your cybernetic upgrades. You tell him that it won't be necessary, but he laughs dryly. Oh, I think it is. Coda Santes. You've got quite a reputation. Oh, so your name is Coda Santes? He grins. That's why you're here. Okay, so we now know we are a cyber. We have upgrades. And that's what we're going to do now. Jam's on form tonight. Good to see. He certainly is. You certainly left you with an inner glow. Well done, Julian. Don't encourage him. So, we have 12 life points to begin with. As a cyber, you have 4 abilities that can be upgraded. Strength, speed, skill, and 6th sense. So at the moment, they're equal. They're on 3 points equally. Before you start the game, add 1 point to the ability of your choice. At various moments in your moment, you will gain upgrade points. It's up to you which ability is upgraded. If you see more than 1 upgrade point at a time, you can add them to all of the same ability or split them across different abilities. You can also lose upgrade points. Sometimes you're told which ability to downgrade. Sometimes you can decide for yourself. Remember to update your logbook whenever... So, we get our upgrade shut down and we're left wheezing like Darth Vader. Exactly, we need like a, what do they call it, a ventilator? Asthma thing. So, good midnight. What would you like to upgrade them? We've got 1 point. Type strength if you'd like to upgrade the strength. Type skill if you'd like to upgrade the skill. Type sixth sense if you'd like to upgrade the sixth sense. Type speed if you'd like to upgrade speed. I've forgotten Roslyn. Hopefully Roslyn will tune in at some point. We are missing Jonathan, Roslyn, Lee, who else? Martha, a few others as well. Hopefully they'll tune in. So, what would you like to upgrade? Type it now. Type it now. You decide. You decide. Why I? Inhaler. Can we upgrade the inhaler, please? I think we need an inbuilt fan. An inbuilt cooling system. Okay, we've got 6 cents. It pays to be psychic in the future. Glenn and Zod, yes, I did mention that earlier. But yes, thank you, Julian. Glenn and Zod. Yeah, so it's Glenn, Zod, Lee, Martha, Roslyn, Jonathan. That's 6 people. 6 people. What's going on? We don't need them. We do. If you've watched this back, we missed you. We have missed you. Okay, so it looks like 6 cents. I saw the recently released new French version of Howl of the Werewolf while in France, but I passed on it. Okay, fair enough. Did it look good? I guess. Yes, of course. I did mention her as well. Oh, and Spellsing. So that's about, it's about 8 people. We are about 8 people down. El Austria. I meant an asthmatic vampire. It was Vlad the Inhaler. That is actually pretty good. Right, okay, so it looks like we're going to go for 6 cents. But because I am psychic, I knew you were going to pick that. Terrible. 6 cents, so we are now on 4. Okay. What else do we need to do? Items. You'll pick up. You will both pick up. What? You will both pick up and lose items on your mission. Remember to write down any items in your logbook and delete it if you... Mission notes. During your mission, there'll be things that might be later, some details. Write them in your logbook. Okay. Combat. We know how to do combat. Okay. And that's it. We can crack on with the adventure. Predictable. What, who, me? Yeah. I'm very predictable. We can see dead people. Yeah, I can. Yeah. It's all a bit weird, but yeah, I can. Sasha can as well. Now we can see Bruce Willis, like, yeah, Haley Joel Orman. That was such a good film, wasn't it? It was a good film. Okay. Entry number 1. Oh, let's write this down. Part 1. Entry 1. You crack open a new adventure. Portal of Chaos. 3 guards hold you down as the Medibot hovers behind your ear. Its voice is calm and pleasant. Please keep still. This won't take a moment. You feel it plug into the socket at the base of your neck, and the code flashes in front of your eyes. It's deactivating your cybernetic upgrades one by one. Even the claws that lie behind your knuckles. Then, with a final beep, it disconnects. Your operating parameters have been returned to their base level, the bot says. Have a nice day. The others, oh yeah, the others are also good. That was Nicole Kidman, wasn't it? Kidman. Through half-closed eyes, you watch it glide away, an insect-like thing with silent wings. A precaution, says the leader of the guards, hauling you to your feet. At Miss Dyer's request. You shrug him off, even though your body now feels weak and heavy. Ahead is a long, dimly lit corridor with a single door at the end. An automatic sentry gun hangs from the ceiling and swivels to follow your progress. The guard stops as the door slides open. In you go, he says, giving you a shove. The door closes behind you. The guard hasn't followed you in, and your eyes sweep the room. Veronica Dyer sits at the end of the long table. She's speaking to someone on screen and doesn't look up. Behind her, a tall, powerfully built man is looking out over the city. There is a socket at the base of his neck. He's a cyber like you, except his upgrades will be fully operational. He turns slowly. So, the great Coda Santes, he murmurs, walking towards you. I hope we haven't pulled you away from something important. Hunting down outlaws who haven't paid their water bills, perhaps. We're a bounty hunter, by the way. The corners of his mouth turn up in a mocking smile, and you ask who he is. A skeptic. You hold his stare, the rest of the room forgotten until you hear a sigh. Veronica Dyer turns her halo screen off and stands up. The President has agreed to my terms, she says, stretching. I knew he'd see sense. Her dark eyes settle on you. She looks you up and down. I hope your journey was uneventful. From Ganymede, I think. I'm surprised you made it here in one piece, the man says, stepping forward. I've seen your ship. It belongs in a museum. He leans over to you, so close you can smell the telltale iron on his breath. He's a powerful, high-level cyber. This job's too big for a lowlife, he growls, and he presses his finger into your chest. Oh, he's not very nice, is he? It's the Feds. Yeah, like Django and Bobbit. Yeah, we are bounty hunters, yeah. Shucks, says the door. Shh. Fracking skin. Yeah, here we go, Blade Runner. Veronica Dyer, great-great-great-grandchild of Danny. She calls everyone a joke and a muppet. You muppet. What do I have to do to get a proper, fully functioning, working cyber? Yeah? Yeah? Get out my pub. Oh no, that's Peggy Mitchell. Right, so you have your first choice. What would you like to do? Well, you're second, because technically you voted on which upgrade you'd like. You mugging me off. So, he's just pressed his finger into your chest. It's a bit rude, isn't it? What would you like to do? Would you like to grab it? Type grab it. Or type no. Grab it or no. Grab it or no. What would you like to do? You decide. While I drink cider. Oh, Sally. Sally. She knows no fear. Lord Zods has arrived. Hello, Zods. How are you? And Roslyn. Hello, hello, hello. Grab it, you muppet. So it looks like we're going to be grabbing the finger. So basically, for those of you that's joined, we're playing Port of Chaos by Simon Tudhope, illustrated by Tom Knight. The cover illustration is by Christopher Park. This is, I think, the fourth, maybe the fifth Osborne Adventure game books. We have done at least 3 of these, and they are jolly good. They're jolly good. Lerin has put here, grab it. It could be a test of our skill from our employer, like the opening of Mad Max 3. Oh, spoilers. I've not seen Mad Max 3. Grab it sounds a bit Trumpy. Well, we have just walked in. We're a bounty hunter called, oh, I knew I'd forget her name, Coda Santes. Let me write that down. We are Coda Santes. Coda Santes. We're a bounty hunter. We have been called in for a meeting with Veronica Dyer, who owns the gates, the portals. So, and that's her headquarters. She's a very powerful woman. We've just met another cyber. We're known as a cyber because we've got genetically modified upgrades, but ours have been deactivated for the sake of this meeting. Tina Turner testing Mel Gibson's reflex and ordering 3 road warriors. Oh, okay. Beats them all in a blink of an eye. So she hires him. It could be that. Could be that. Grab it sounds a bit... Yeah. So, we are going to grab it 216. 216. So, we think that she's called us in to hire us. That's what I'm thinking. 216. You make a grab for his finger, but he's too fast. With unnatural speed, he grabs your wrist and sweeps away your legs. You hit the ground hard, and he pins you down with your arm twisted behind your back. Your move, Coda, he snarls, twisting your arm further. Come on, I'm waiting. If I had my upgrades, you gasp. But you don't, Veronica Dye suddenly says. I have expected more intelligence for someone of the choice of your career. Nothing more than a low-life smuggler, the man says. No, Coda Santos is more than that. She leans down and whispers theatrically in your ear. I've seen your file. She straightens up. That's enough, Crank. His name's Crank. Grumbling, he lets you get to your feet. Deduct 1 life point. Oh, no. No. We are on 11 life points. I have been down Tina Turner's Hulk. Come on, Julian. Come on. Master Blaster. We don't need another hero. Julian, am I wearing my Outset t-shirt? I am wearing my Outset Media t-shirt, yes. I didn't wear it for the for the UK Games Expo, because I don't like to wear like a uniform, but it's very nice to wear in the dungeon. So, right, Master Blaster. I cannot contain my laughter. How quiet his dictator parade was. So quiet that you can hear the whining of the individual tank wheels. Is that a Mad Max quote? I don't know that. I have in Cooper Petty. What? Cooper Petty? Where the film Mad Max 3... Oh, okay. Fair enough. So we have lost a point, though. That which isn't brilliant. Turn to 1, 2... Hang on. What was that? 1, 2, 4. So she didn't think that was a smart move. However, she has seen our file. She's impressed with our track record. Crockles looks very concerned. He does, doesn't he? He does. Is he? He's a bit hot. Let's give him some cider. There you go. There we go. Oh, cheers. Oh, is it? Outset Island. His link's home in Zelda. I'll have to ask Dave, who owns Outset Media, why he called it Outset Media. Okay, so 1, 2, 4. Dyer gestures and you take a seat. She walks to the head of the table, footsteps slow and measured, and stops by the window. There's a dust storm on the horizon. I remember when the dust used to blanket this city like red snow. It was me that built the wall. It was my money. I've turned this place into something we can be proud of, somewhere that rivals any great city of the past. You watch the dust turn the sky purple. Watch it approach. I've opened up the solar system. You can fly from Venus to Neptune in hours, not years. It was me, too. My space gates. And yet... Ratchet and Clank is a great set of games. I played them around my mate's house. Well, executed judo lock and throw crank. Oh, hello, what's going on here? Oh. So, the lamp lights as it goes dark outside, and she turns, black hair framing her polished face. And yet you have an enemy, you say. Yes. You lean forward and ask who it is. Crank snarls, if we knew that, we wouldn't need you. Dyer sits down. You know how to find people that don't want to be found, Coda. Whoever it is, they've evaded our systems. And that's not easy. You nod slowly and lean back. What have you got? Only this. She touches a button and the hollow screen appears. You see a list of messages, all addressed to her, and all with the same 2 words repeated over and over. Guess who? Guess who? Guess who? It's easy how to catch this then. You just go, right, is he wearing a hat? Or is it male? Is he female? Is he wearing a hat? Has he got a moustache? Are they wearing glasses? We'll get this done in no time. Cockroach farted again. No more sight of him. Yeah. That's his little trick. If you see hand, shoot first. Oh, come on. Come on now. Right. That's my private account. Even Crank doesn't have the address. And there's more. This time you see a news report about Giant Leap Corp, which is the company that she owns. As it ends, the reporter stares down the camera, her face suddenly blank, and in a strange sing-song voice, she says, "Guess who?" before handing back to the studio. She claims to have no memory of it, Dyer sighs. But we fired her anyway, Crank adds. And here's the last one. You see a cargo ship coming through a space gate off the rings of Saturn. Dyer tells you to keep watching, and the ship explodes, no sign of a missile. Now watch again, she says. This time it's in slow motion, the explosion booming outwards, the ship blown apart, and there, so fast you could never see it at normal speed, the debris forming letters for a split second before being lost to the void. Guess who? Impossible, you say. Expensive, she replies. That ship was carrying titanium. We picked it up on the gate security cameras. You suddenly become aware of the storm outside, the sand lashing the windows, and you've no idea who's doing this. I have an idea, yes, but as you say, it's impossible. You wait, saying nothing. There's a strange rumours about a man I used to work with many years ago, back in my research days. But he's dead, I'm quite certain. Did you see a body? I didn't need to. Lightning flashes and Crank moves closer. What about you, Coda? He asks. Did you ever find your brother's body? His hand clamps hold of your shoulder. All of it, I mean. Ooh, that's a bit personal. 228. 228. Oh, I missed that double board game. What board game? The Star Wars one? Hang in there. That's the Smiling Man case from Ghost in the Shell Sack, is it? What? I don't know what's going on. Titanium, best metal to make prisons out of. Titanium. Hey! I don't know if that's how you actually pronounce it, but I didn't want to interrupt the flow. Deuterium. Deuterium. I'm assuming it's sci-fi made-up gobbledygook. Red sandstorm just like Mars in Arnie's Total Recall. Yeah, absolutely. Titanium. Is that how it's spelled? No, D-E-U. D-E-U-T-E-R-I-U-M. Deuterium. It's just a very posh version of that. Okay, so we know that our brother is dead. Presumably blown up, because he said, have you got every bit of him? Guess who? Oh, double board game. Yes, exactly. Sorry. Yes, of course. Guess who? Veronica Dyer's private car drops you back at the spaceport and wishes you a pleasant onward journey. The Hunter, presumably that's your ship, is docked in Bay 14, and you trudge across, rubbing your neck. At least they've reactivated your upgrades. You thought you'd lost them for good after what you did, slamming Crank's head into the table like that. Don't remember doing that. Is that a continuity error? Hello, Cole. How are you, sir? Good evening. Deuterium often used in powering Federation warp drive since 1987. Deuterium is effectively heavy hydrogen. It's used in nuclear... Oh, okay, so they didn't completely made it up. Been a while, it has. We are, kind sir, we are. We are playing Portal of Chaos. It's a sci-fi romp. I don't remember smashing his head into the table like that. Is that a continuity error? I don't know. Anyway, you smile, remembering Crank's red face as he lifted you into the air. His outrage when Dyer told him to put you down. Or maybe that's what happened after. Yeah. A siren sounds as a shuttle comes into land. But it took you by surprise. Your sudden surge of anger. Your brother died when you were still a kid, and your memories of him are patchy. He was an investigative reporter who seemed to collect powerful enemies like you've collected moonbellies. No wonder he was killed, although they never found out who pulled the trigger. Just then, you spot your navigator on the other side of the hangar. She's on a ladder under your ship, holding a wrench. No, you shout. You wave your arms and as the shuttle taxis slowly past. But by the time you reach her, she's already done. Ulf, what did I say before I left? She screws the panel in place, and even though no one else could tell, you know she's grinning. No repairs, you say, glaring up at a small furry face. Remember the last time you fixed something? With a chattering Ulf, Ulf. That sounds almost like laughter. She tucks the screwdriver into her jacket pocket and scampers up the gangplank. It's like Star Wars, really, isn't it? Don't worry about the ladder, you call. I'll put that away for you. Finally, you take your seat in the cockpit. Ulf is sitting by the navigational panel, and you take a deep breath. We're looking for a man called Omen Rose, you say. All expenses paid. It's a dead or alive job, Ulf. A big one. Play our cards right, and I can retire to a little cottage on the moon. And you can do whatever a pat stinkses do when they get filthy rich. Ulf whoops and buckles up for takeoff. That's not much to go on. A few possible leads. You peer out of the hangar. Evening is approaching, and the first stars glimmer in the red sky. There's a knot in your stomach that you're doing your best to ignore, because it's not like you've got much choice about the job anyway. Not when it's for Veronica Dyer. The only choice is which lead to investigate first. Okay, what did I say? Pit. I did say pit. What was I going to write down? That we are after mission notes. We are after... Okay, we've got Ulf, our Pat Sinkus. That might be something we need to know. Is it our... Who is he? Is our engineer? I can't remember. Our co-pilot. I'm going to put co-pilot. Okay, then our brother. I'm going to write that down. Brother. Was an investigator. Reporter. Did he have a name? Did he have a name? Don't think he had a name. Not sure. I reckon it's a sort of humanoid dog-like companion. Yeah, because it's scampered. I only met the Viagra seller once, but we are already firm friends. Deuterium and tritium are what effectively power the sun, says Steve. I reckon it's, rock solid, upstanding member of the community. But hard to deal with. Okay. You peer out of the hangar. Evening is approaching. The first stars glimmer. Oh, we've done that. She mentioned 2 people who have received messages from Omen. Oh, that's what I needed to write. What's his name? Omen Rose. Who we're after. Veronica Dyer. It's good to keep notes. Captain's log. Keep it clean. She mentioned 2 people have been receiving messages from Oman, or so they claim. One is a man known as Murghal, the Fool, who lives in the ruins of London. The other is Madame Delphi, a fortune teller, at an interplanetary fairground. She just so happens to be Oman's sister. The only other lead is a strange message from a research station where Oma and Veronica used to work. Okay, so... lead. Okay, Murghal, the Fool, and Madame Delphi. Fortune teller. Okay, so you have another choice. What would you like to do, ladies and gentlemen? Captain's log. Keep it clean and don't forget to wash your hands. We need the FFFS6 so Ken can walk past me again. Come on, Jam. Come on. You had every... Look, Jam. You knew who I was. You could have come up to me. I would have interviewed you for the live stream. Just don't pull that kind of shit. We're getting one next year. We certainly are. Hopefully I'll have a stand as well. I'll have a little stand. Be selling a game book. That'd be exciting. Yeah, just the Omen. So what would you like to do then? You have choice of 3. Would you like to visit the research station? Type station. Would you prefer to brave the ruins of London? Type London. Or would you want to go to the interplanetary fairground? Type fairground. I'm not going to make you write interplanetary. So, station, London, or fairground. What would you like to do? Sasha wants London. Steve would like to go to London. Oh, that's good stuff. I'm scared of interviews. I'm too shy because I'm only 4'10". Don't give me that rubbish. You're like 9'8", Jam. Runes Research Fairground, London. Okay, so it looks like London. London has 3 votes. Research. What was research? Research station and fairground are 2 different things. London. Oh, London is the ruins. Right, yes, research station. Thank you, Colin. So it looks like London, ladies and gentlemen. London is your decision. 47. 47. London calling. By the way, for those of you that don't know, Colin, Colmid5, is actually an excellent DJ. So, and he's got an encyclopedia knowledge of music. I bet there isn't a record that you don't know about. Listen to me calling them records. I live by the river. See, I don't know what that means. 47. The stars snap back into focus as you emerge from a space gate over Earth. You sit up and stretch. Far below you see the churn of thick clouds, with glimpses of emerald green beneath. The seas of Earth used to be blue. You've seen the pictures. But that was a long time ago, before the breach. Now the planet is covered with creeping vegetation and constant rain. Sounds like England. Ulf comes back up and takes her seat. She's been down in the kitchen and chewing noisily. You tighten your straps. There were wars on Earth after the breach. Wars over who was to blame, who blocked out the sun and filled the air with spores that turned humans into beasts. But the wars only hastened the planet's fall. In just a few years, the breach plague destroyed empires that had lasted centuries. Is he better at spicy? Smashy and nicey? Absolutely not. Although he did do a lot of work for charity. He doesn't like to mention it though, but a lot of work for charity. I don't know why he's Australian, but there you go. Do we have to pay the intellectual emissions charge? Well, so far we don't, no. Yes, great mate. Steve and I are smashing nicely. Barkman Turner. Barkman Turner Overdrive. Let's rock. You stare at the clouds and try to look on the bright side. At least there's a rich pickings down there for a bounty hunter like you. The decaying cities and trackless jungles are home to all kinds of outcasts. And there's one particular you're looking for. Murgle the Fool. A cult leader, careful I say that, who has visions of the future. He talks of a saviour that's coming to cleanse the world with fire. A saviour called Omen Rose. You smile grimly and take the hunter down through the atmosphere. You've met a few prophets in your time, if met is the right word. That's the thing with these people. They can foresee everyone's doom but their own. For a brief moment you break through the clear blue sky. Then the clouds swallow you up and London appears through the gloom. But there's something else too. Something unexpected. Iron bolts. Crackling balls of energy launch from below. Roll 1 dice and add your skill level. Here we go then. Which dice would you like? Sounds like Camden. Exactly. Different Steve, I'm guessing. Sorry, yes, the other Steve B from my stream. Ha ha. Glenn, hello Glenn, welcome. Crackling balls. Good time to arrive. Absolutely, Glenn. We saved that for you. We saved some crackling balls, especially for you. So, which dice would you like to play with? Talking of balls, would you like the blue balls, the blue dice, the Eldritch blue dice, or would you like the Eldritch green dice, or would you like I haven't got the talisman dice, damn. Or would you like the fighting fantasy dice? What would you like? You decide. Type blue, green, or yellow. What would you like? I'm off. Nothing personal, Glenn. Yeah, that's what she always says, Sally. She's always like that. Thank you, Sally, for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Green. So we've got 2 green. Green. Lucky as Clover. Sally. Oi, Sally. Yellow. Steve would like yellow. So far, green are in the lead. Green are in the lead. Jonathan Green. Exactly. Jonathan Green. Where are you, Jonathan? Are you lurking? Okay, yellow, please. Oh, okay, so Rosie would like yellow. We have, let's just double check then, 3 for green, 2 for yellow. I think Jam may have also voted inadvertently for green. We're going with green. So, this is a skill test. Roll 1 dice. Oh, come on, roll 1 dice. It should be roll 1 die and add your skill level. If the total is 8 or higher. So, 8 is the magic one. At the moment, our skill is 3. So we do need a big roll. Here we go then. Silly auto mod. You can say crackling balls, but not pork testicles. That sounds like crackling balls and pork testicles. Do they sound like really avant-garde bands of the 60s? And welcome on stage, crackling balls. And welcome on stage, pork testicles. Dice is the plural of a deuce. Yeah, I know, but it's roll 1 dice. It should be roll 1 die, surely. Prog bands, yeah, exactly. Here we go then, we need more than 8, I surmise. Boom. Have some of that. That's 7. Oh, my giddy aunt. I thought we did it. Right, okay. It's 7 or lower. 7 or lower. I don't like the sound of that. Here we go then. 180. 180. Whew. Music's picking up. Throbbing Gristle. Real band or fake? I know. Yeah. Colin knows. See, he's heard of all the bands. I'm going to say real band, Throbbing Gristle. That's got to be. It's got to be a local Scottish band. Pulling hard on the controls, you slip over the first bolt and climb up to the clouds. But the loss of speed gives the second one a chance. Ulf jabs a finger at the radar screen and you tell her to keep quiet. The bolt alters course and the radar screams. You throw the hunter to the right, but it's too late. It strikes your wing. With a sickening lurch, you spin down through the clouds, earth and sky tumbling over and over as you fight to regain control. Beside you, Ulf whoops and hollers like she's on a ride at the fair. Glad you're having such a good time, you shout, sweat trickling down your brow. Maybe you could find us the landing site. We're going to need it. Ulf fly over the navigation panel. With a few seconds, she's punched in the new coordinates. You're miles from London now, but she's found a clearing in the trees. Fighting to keep the ship steady, you take the hunter down into the rainforest. Oh, we're down. Lee has arrived. Hello, Lee. Managed to get here. Heat unfortunately affects my MS, so had to have a shower. No worries, Lee. Hopefully you're feeling better. I know that's a rubbish thing to say. But hopefully it's good that you're here. That's the main thing. So I got to go. Catch you all soon. Thank you, Colin, for watching. Just dropping in. Do appreciate it. Dropping some fat beats. Correct. It is correct. Fantastic name. Okay, so we have just crash landed. A semi-crash landing. So Lee, just to keep you up to speed, we are a character called Coda. What was it? Coda Santes. And she is a cyber, which means she's a human, but she's been upgraded. She's got upgrades. And we're a bounty hunter. Or I should say, you're a bounty hunter. Hello, we'll work out where we're doing. Yes, are we a bounty hunter? Yes, we're a bounty hunter. And we've been employed by Veronica Dyer, who is a very powerful rich lady who has created the portals, basically, the gates. So she has got a lot of power. But there's somebody threatening her. So she's employed us to go and track them down. We've got a name, Omen Rose, who we're after. But there's two leads of where we think Omen Rose is. We've crashed into London, so Earth has been sort of decimated. It's all sort of uninhabitable, really. But we've crashed into London, or we're just outside London, because we're trying to find Murgle the Fool. Like in Deus Exus. Crispy Ambulance. Real or fake band? Crispy Ambulance. I'm going to say fake. Love do. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I seem to recall it's a good game. If I can remember it. I'm useless. Okay, 25. Leaping out to inspect the wing, you're relieved to see that damage isn't too bad. A day's work, maybe two. There's a clatter behind you and you turn to see Ulf lugging the toolbox down the ramp. No, you shout. Not this time, Ulf. Break anything out here and we're in trouble. We've got a little sort of navigation engineer assistant called Ulf who doesn't speak, and she seems to be some sort of dog-like creature. Nothing like Chewbacca, obviously. Nothing like... Oh, that's it. Deus Ex. Yes, Deus Ex. I did know that. Sort of. Wrong, real. Ah, damn you. Damn you and your real bands. Splodginess Abound. Do you remember that band? She slams the toolbox down and unleashes a stream of indignant Ulfs, pointing at the part of the ship she was working on, the hangar. Arms folded, you agree that it's held together so far. So far, you emphasise. Her eyes narrow and you tense, suddenly aware of the heavy tools she has within easy reach. But she's not looking at you. She's looking at something behind you. If your sixth sense is level 4 or higher, yes, it is. We got to upgrade, and you guys upgraded the sixth sense. Turn to 241. Still handy with a spanner, though, Ulf, for a dog. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, maybe we're being really harsh on Ulf. It's a dog, after all. It's just a big, furry, intelligent dog. Our dogs are intelligent, aren't they? But I don't know if they can fix spacecrafts. I've not done that before. I've not been out into space. Without stopping to think, you throw yourself onto the ground. Something whistles overhead and buries itself into the wet grass. There it snarls and angry cries. Hang on, there are snarls and angry cries. And then you look back over your shoulder. Oh, that was good. We got sixth sense. Saved us from getting a clock on the head there. 272. Must have. What's that? Opposable thumbs. Yeah. Yeah, we're not. Well, it's the creature that it actually is a Patzinax. Patzinax. Not quite sure how you pronounce that. Sploginus equals 2 pints of lager. Yeah. Sploginus, 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. I said 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. That's all I want. 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. And then Michael Booth's talking bum. Michael Booth's talking bum. He is the only talking bum in the land. Plus, I think, 2 pints of lager and Simon Templar was the double A side, I think. Then you had Simon Templar, Simon Templar, Simon Templar, Simon. Simon Templar, Simon Templar, Simon Templar, Simon. Whatever happened to them? There it is. Yeah, Laughing Frogs. Laughing Frogs. That would be a good name for a band, wouldn't it? Laughing Frogs. Also, the Mac Lads. Anybody remember the Mac Lads? They were very rude, the Mac Lads. Sposiness Abound. I don't know any of their tracks. Maybe they only had those songs. But the Mac Lads were very rude. From Macclesfield, I believe. Anyway, we're not here to talk about them. People burst from the trees, their faces painted red and black, their lips pulled back over their yellow fangs. Zoans. There must be a dozen at least. You've heard stories of these people. They were human once, but their ancestors were driven from Earth's burning cities when the breach deformed their bodies and unleashed the animal inside. As their whoops fill your ears, you summon your saber claws. We've got saber claws like Wolverine. They give a little thought to fighting as a group. So if you lose a round, they give little thought to fighting as a group. So if you lose a round, only count the damage from the Zootan you choose to target. If you win the round, only deduct combat points from the attacker too. And remember also to keep a note of how many rounds you have left for the opponent. Finally, if you were hit by the poison dart, deduct 1 from every dice roll. We weren't hit by the poison dart. We had 6 cents. So we're in combat, our first combat. Now the way combat works is different from a lot of game books, certainly from Fighting Fantasy. What we're going to do is, you fight by rolling 2 dice. The skulls are your opponent's combat points. So the first one only has 1 combat point. The second one has 2. Now we need to defeat the first one in 3 rounds, and it will give us 1 damage if we lose a round. Mac Lads still playing today, are they? Yeah, I was probably about 12, and my brother was about 14, and I remember he had a couple of tapes of the Mac Lads, and they're very adult, and of course I remember listening to them, but not really understanding what it was. Kind of, sort of knew it was adult, but it'd be weird to listen to them now. So, what we're going to do is, at the start of each round, you decide how strong an attack to launch against your opponent. So we're going to decide. We're going to roll. Well, I'm going to roll 2 dice, or 2 die. What 1 dot 2? I'm rolling dice. Okay, rolling 2 dice. Now, roll 7 or more. Your opponent loses 1 combat point. Power attack. You roll 9 or more. Your opponent loses 3 combat points. Once you've chosen, roll 2 dice. So we have to predict what we're going to roll. Okay. So, if we choose 7, we're going to go for the standard attack. Then we'll only be dealing 1 point of damage. If we roll higher, a 9 or more, then we still only damage them once because we said we were going to roll the 7. Does that make sense? If we go for a power attack, we need to get 9 or above, and we'll do 3 points of damage. So, there's no real point in putting this out to a vote. We might as well do the first one as a 7. Well, actually, we got 3 rounds, so you decide. Do you want to roll a 7, or do you want to roll a 9? You decide. Type 7 if you want 7, or power if you want power. I knew that was going to get complicated. Standard or power? What do you want to do? Standard or power? Steve wants power. Okay, is that harder though? Heavy smash. They've only got 1 point. They only need to do 1 point of damage. You lot are maniacs, aren't you? You're battle hungry. Not had a combat in a while. In over a week. Rosalind's gone for power as well. Okay, so it looks like you all want to go for power. So remember, we've only got 3 rounds to beat it. We need to get 9 and above, and you know how I roll. Here we go. 9 and above. Is Grockles still with us? Yes, he is. Oh, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at you guys. Look at you. Power wins prizes for the Loz. You did it, though. You did it. You smashed him good and proper. You weren't content with just killing him. You've basically beaten his bones. You've caved in his face. Hope you're proud of yourselves. Okay. We didn't take any damage there. So, on the second one, we need to beat him in 4 rounds, and he's got 2 points. So, and he'll deal us 1 damage if we lose. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to go standard or power? Julian's gone standard. You decide. It will make a great story for the town, but exactly. The loss of our leader, of our tribe leader. Don't mess with the... What's that? Endorator. Edrandator. So what do you want to go for this time round? We need to do 2 points of damage. If you go for standard, we'll deal 1 point of damage, but we only need to roll 7 or above. However, if you pick power, we will deal 3 points of damage and it will be killed. What do you want to do then? Anyone else voting? Because Julian's gone for standard. Of course. The Edranator. Oh, I can now read it. Isn't that funny? The Edranator. Quite like that. So we've got 2 for standards. Sasha still wants to go for power. That's understandable because you do need to have at least 2 points of damage. It's quite a different way of doing combat, isn't it? I quite like it. Although, I guess if you... In the real world, you're not really predicting damage. I guess you are. If you go for the face, you're going to think, right, I'll probably knock him out. If you kick him in the balls, you probably think, yeah, we've probably won that one. Power, power, power. The power's gone to your heads. Right, we're going for power. So we need 9 or above. I like the push your luck style of it. Yeah, this is it. It is push your luck. Yeah. Unlimited power. Well, not quite, Zods, not quite, but yes. Give me unlimited power. So here we go. We need to roll a 9 or above. Let's get 2 6s. What have we got? Oh, it was a 7. It was a 7. The most common number rolled with 2 dice is a 7. So we do take 1 point of damage. We're on 10. We haven't got any provisions, by the way. It's a bit like a jab and a haymaker in boxing. Yeah, that's a very good way of putting it, Steve. Absolutely. So, what would you like? So we've only got 3 rounds now. We've only got 3 rounds. What would you like to do? Standard or power? You decide. Standard or power? Standard or power? Steve's gone for power again. Steve's gone for power. Oh, Julian, you're being outvoted. Sasha Jam, Lirin and Steve all are going for power. The old power move. Anyone else voting no? This is power. We need 9 and above. Let's kiss my 6. Here we go then. Gonna get that boom boom pow, says Rosalind. The Snow Queen. Shall I call you the Snow Queen? Maybe I should call you the Snow Queen. Nothing new there. Right, here we go then. And I have staying power, Steve, or saying power in my best Jeremy Clarkson. More power. Okay, here we go. We need 9 or above. 9 or above. That's not good. Okay, we are down to 9. You have 2 more rounds. 2 more rounds. What would you like to do? Would you like standard or power? Bear in mind, if you win both 7s, if you go for 7, which is standard, you for both times you will win. Standard, perhaps. One approves. Snow Queen. There we go. I'll call you the Snow Queen. Standard. 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 Okay, so that's 2 for standard. Yeah. This is the thing. I guess that's, yeah, fairly good tactics. The first 2 you could afford to lose. Kind of. We've got to win, though, both. Evening standard. 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 Get your evening standard. Okay, we need 7 or above. Here we go then. 7 or above. Steve also wants standard. Look at that. 6, 7, 8. Boom. Well done, well done. So that is 1 point. So, there's no point in trying to go for power. Yeah? So we're going to go for 7 or above again. Yeah? I'm going to rein you lot in. You power-hungry madmen and women. Booyaka shaka. Booyaka shaka. Here we go then. 7 or above. Here we go. This is the one. Oh. Hang on. Oh, yeah. So that time we did get 9. However, it's only 1 point of damage, but that is all we needed. That is all we needed. Well done. A stand hour. Stand hour. Yes. If you win, we did win. 329. What was Ulf doing while we were fighting? Just running back into the ship, was she? Eh? As the second Zuan falls, confusion and rage spreads through the group. They've never seen anyone move as fast as you. Never seen anyone with upgrades. They fall back and regroup, sweat glistening on their mutated bodies. And above their grunts, you hear a faint Ulf, Ulf, Ulf. Ulf! You smile. I was wondering where she'd got to. You look into the Zuan's uncomprehending eyes. She doesn't play as nicely as me. You take a step back, and it's all the space elf needs. The hunters are... Whoa, she ain't playing. Slightly more restrained, smashing the face in. Yeah, exactly. Not now, though. Ulf's kicking off. The hunter's iron cannon crackles and a bolt of lightning blasts the nearest Zuhan in the air, into the air. It's dead before it hit. Children's book. Children's book. It's dead before it hits the floor. The others are already racing for the trees, and their shrieks slowly fade into the forest. Add 1 upgrade point, and then turn to 137. So, which ability, which skill would you like? Which ability would you like to upgrade? Type strength. If you want to upgrade strength, that's on 3 at the moment. Skill. If you wanted to upgrade skill, that's on 3 at the moment. Sixth sense. That's on 4. Or speed. That is on 3. What would you like to upgrade? Strength, skill, sixth sense, or speed? Write that now. I'm on the Osborne website, and I can. A new book in the series is coming soon. Stormquest. Yes, I noticed that as well when I was looking these up. There's also, we've got the Goblin's Revenge to do as well that I'd like to do. But I think they say these are like 8 years plus or 9 years plus. So what do we have here then? Let's vote. Julian would like to upgrade the strength, whereas Steve would like to upgrade the speed. Both equally valid points. But there's skill as well. And what about the sixth sense? What would you like to upgrade? Anyone else voting? Because if not, we shall let the die decide. The die side decides. The die side. What would you like to do? Oh, hey. Look at that for quick reactions. I don't need any more speed. Careful, careful. No one else voting. You can't be bothered. It's too hot. It's too hot. Are you still awake, Gocklesnook? Good. By the hairs of your chinny chin chin. So, it looks like we're going to let the die decide. Only 2 options are available. Julian voted for strength and Steve for speed. So what we're going to do, 1, 2 or 3, we will... Oh! Snow Queen has also entered the fray. Skill. If no one else votes, then we shall split it. 1, 2 is strength. 3, 4 is speed. 5, 6 is skill. Okay, let's do that then. Let's do that. Oh, Sasha also put skill. I think because the vote came just at the right time, we're going to go with skill. We're going to go with skill. I always like to take what the public would like, what the fellowship would like. Lee has put it C. That was an intelligent dog killing some degenerate humans in the future. Must be a moral... Yeah, it must be a moral there somewhere. Yeah, I know, exactly. It's all over the place. Robbed. I know. Sorry. Sorry, Julian. But the voice of the people have spoken. So we're going to be upgrading skill. That is now 4. So we are on strength 3, skill 4, sixth sense 4, and speed 3. Suitable. Was that suitable or subtle? Suitable. 137. 137. Do you know what, though? I'm sure we're going to get lots of chances to upgrade. Back on board, the Medibot injects a healing tonic and you eat a ration pack. Add 3 life points. Yes, I wondered if we had any ration packs. 3 life points. 9, 10, 11, 12. We are back up to the 12. To the magical 12. That's good. That is good. So we're back up to 12. I've been thinking, you say, chewing slowly, maybe you could make the repairs. Ulf looks up and grins. We got lucky before with the iron bolts. Next time... You alright? What happened over here? Oh, I think that fell down. I heard a thud. We got lucky before with the iron bolts. Next time, who knows? But if you guard the ship, I can make my way on foot. It's not too far. Ulf pats the iron cannons and nods. We'll have to maintain radio silence in case they're still looking for us, you say. Getting up? You say, getting up. And just take your time. You point at the toolbox. I don't want to fly this thing on one engine again. Blinking slowly, she turns away as you shoulder your pack. London lies to the west, and you walk down the ramp into the the steadily falling rain. Yeah, it's definitely England. Moss hangs from the branches of the trees like long dark hair brushing your cheek as you enter the forest. The light in here is dim, and after a time the ground becomes soft and spongy. You see a dead leaf twitch, and a pale worm-like creature pushes through the soil and jabs down at your boot with a single sharp fang. It can't get through the leather, but it tries its best. You press on. Then more of the worms emerge. Oh. So you have a choice. Would you like to kick one? Type kick. Or if you don't want to, just type no. Do you want to kick one of these worms? It's got like a spiky thing. Moss hangs, not as popular as Moss Elsley. Is that a singer? I don't know. So we have one for no. Steve says no. Sasha, on the other hand, wants to kick one. I guess just to kick it away. More of these worms are coming out. Star Wars ref. Oh, is it? Moss hangs. Not. Again, I watch Star Wars. I do like Star Wars. But I'm not like an uber fan that knows everything about it. So we have no, kick, no, kick. No, it's just no. Don't be mean to the bugs. Even Gross One says Snow Queen. That's a fair point. 4-1. Who remembers Parappa the Rapper on the PlayStation? Kick. No, kick. Oh, right, yeah, no, we've only got one kick. So, Julian says no. What, that you don't remember Parappa the Rapper? Or are you just voting? Right, 73, we're not going to kick them. I've got a feeling if we had kicked it, it might have turned a bit nasty. Oh, hell yeah, it was... Snow Queen remembers Parappa the Rapper. God, it'd be great to play that again. I mean, there probably are mutants. Yeah, they probably are some kind of mutant. That is true. I have it, and on PS1 to play. Oh God, you've got all your consoles left. That is impressive. I used to have a ZX Spectrum, a GameCube. I had an Amiga 500. Because otherwise, the timing becomes increasingly wonky. Oh, does it? Oh, I didn't realise that. I played it on the PlayStation 1. Here we go then. You decide not to kick it. Deeper you go into the forest, picking your way around fallen trees and dark ponds. You stop to shake something from your boot and see a tree stump swallow a spider whole. That's good. At least it looked like a tree stump. Hurrying on, you enter... This is not a nice forest. You enter a steep gully and follow the stream until the River Thames... Oh, I see what she's done there. See what Simon's done there, the author. T-E-M-S appears through the trees, dark and wide. Where the gully meets the slow-moving water, you find a rowing boat moored beside an ancient concrete bridge. You know that the river flows through London, although it is not the most direct route. So what would you like to do? Would you like to get on the boat, type boat, or would you prefer to press on through the trees, type foot or walk? Boat or walk? What would you like to do? Top tier game, yeah, Parappa the Rapper. I'm wearing my new ZX Spectrum t-shirt just now. Fantastic. Fantastic, Roslyn. I think I haven't told anyone this yet, but I'm going to design a Guildland. So you know my board game, Guildlands, that's coming out at Gen Con. Have I told you about that? Kedrick and I are being flown over by the publishers and to demo the game, which is going to be fantastic. And I'm thinking of getting a purple shirt because wizards are purple, and have which guild are you? And then just like this, have the guilds on there, or have one guild, like, so the purple shirts will be the wizards. Yeah, you got it today. Fantastic. So it looks like we have one for boat. Snow Queen would also like a boat. Oh, has it started flowing in the future? Satire. Yeah. Roll your own guild. Oh, roll your own guild. I like that. Boat. Boaty McBoatface. Sasha would also like that. Writing my first text adventure as a ZX Specky tape, just for the hell of it. Oh, that is fantastic. So you're going to do it. Are you writing it on the ZX Spectrum? Because you know, I have played. You can get emulators, can't you, for the PC? Plus, they've just launched the sort of relaunched the ZX Spectrum. Okay, we are going to press on. No, we're not. We're going to get in the boat. What the hell am I talking about? We are pressing on in the Boaty McBoatface 108. The oars dip in and out of the silent river. Occasionally you see the shell of an old building, its roof caved in, its walls covered with vines. Strange creatures move inside and peek from empty windows, and rain still falls, soaking you through and pooling in the bottom of the boat. You know you're being followed. You see glimpses of spears and red painted faces on both sides. It's the Zoans. They know this place well and set their ambush at a narrow point in the river. You've little choice but to row right into it. Oh no. Roll one die and subtract your skill level. The total is the number of times you are hit by a spear or arrow. Subtract 1 life point for each time. Ouch. Emulator man. Yeah, absolutely. I am tempted to buy the new Spectrum, though. Lee got to get in the boat if... what was that? If Z equals greater than 20 or something, etc. Yeah, exactly. That is basically ZX Spectrum programming right there. So we're rolling one die. That is the total of times you were hit by a spear. So basically, you know, I normally roll low, don't I? No, that's a myth. That's a myth. Gone all Indiana Jones on us. Yeah. Okay, so let's hopefully we're going to roll a 1. Oh, it's a 2. It's a 2. Thank me later. Okay, that's good then. So we've just lost 2 points. So we're back to 10 though. Back down to 10. Turns to 229. 229. Biddy 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 bip bip. Snow Queen has written a text adventure and the game industry legend Sean McClure's new book just launched on Amazon, How to Design Adventure Games. Yes, I have seen that. In fact, I think you were the first person to point that out to me, or I might have seen it somewhere else. But I do want to, yeah, I do want to look into that. I probably will get that. He has huge book archives, basically about 1,000 specky adventures. Oh, fantastic. Spear of Destiny. This is Spear of Destiny. 3 Zoans wade towards your boat. You draw your blaster and take aim. We've got a blaster. Roll 1 dice. I hadn't really thought about actually what we're shooting. Yeah, what we're fighting with. Roll a 6. You kill a Zoan. Fill in both halves of the crossbones. Oh, I see. Roll 4 or 5, you wound it, fill 1 half of its crossbones. Roll 1, 2 or 3, you miss. If your skill is 4 or higher, add 1 to each roll. Oh, look at that, Julian. Skill is 4. Hand shot first, yeah. He's a delight, excellent book. So, we're going to add 1. For example, a 3 becomes a 4. When both halves of the Zutan cross are filled in, it falls face first into the water and drifts away. After each roll, scribble out one of your blaster's 12 charges below. If you kill all 3 students before running out of charges, turns... Right, okay. So, a 6 kills it outright. 4 or 5 you wound it. Then we need to do it again. 1, 2 or 3 you miss. So, let's go for the first one. We're going to add 1 to the score. Lirin here has just put here... Oh no, Snow Queen has put... He worked in many computer games, especially with the X Spectrum. He's about interactive fiction. Fantastic. Lirin has put... just learned that you can safely give Pomerian 400 milligrams of Zantac. Goodbye loud incessant barking. As long as it's safe, Lirin. Once every 24 hours, yeah. Learned it from a friend. Okay, mysterious. Right, here we go then. So we do want to roll a 6, basically. 5 or a 6. Here we go. That is a 5. Boom. First one, dead. Shot in the face. Falls into the water. Second one. Oh, so that's 1 charge we've used. Second one, we need a 5 or a 6. Boom, it's a 6. Look at that. Straight in the face again. Sharp shooting from Coda. Good tip, though. Yeah. Very good tip. Okay. Learned it from a friend, yeah. So the third one, we've only shot... That's 2 for 2. We need a 5 or a 6. That is a 4, which becomes a 5. Okay. So that is wounded. So we only need to wound it 1 more time. So we need a 4, 5 or 6. That's a 1. That is a 1. Doesn't look like we take any damage. Okay, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 charges. Okay, here we go. We need a 4, 5 or 6. There you go. A 4 becomes a 5. That means he dead as well. Rapid Clint Eastwood shooting there. Yeah, I know. We've just literally gone blaster, blaster, blaster. Monster. So if you kill the Zoodans before running out of charges, which we have done, turn to 66. Oh, I feel like there's something crawling on my neck. It's probably sweat. Could be a spider jam. Spider jam, spider jam. Does whatever a spider jam does. 66. I feel lucky those alien punks did not. Do you feel lucky, punk? Hang on. Julian's put here 10 Zootans sitting on a wall, 10 sitting on a wall. If you don't shoot one and he has a fall, there'll be 9 Zootans sitting on a wall. Snow Queen has put, well, I got a tiny embroidery kit for £1.50. Just started and I already have no idea how posh Victorian ladies weren't just constantly killing sprees if that's what they did to relax. My God, it's difficult. Maybe they did though. Maybe they did. Maybe they pretend they oh yeah, let's do this, and to relieve that frustration at night time they went out. Okay, so we're shooting sharp. As the third Zuan falls, more leap out of both sides of the river, grabbing at the oars. You pull for your life. Grabbing the oars, you pull for your life. An arrow flies past you and you duck as spears glance off the side of the boat. But they're falling behind now. The current helps carry you clear. Breathing heavily, you sweep around a huge bend. Add upgrade 1 point. What would you like to upgrade? Maybe Jack the Ripper was in fact... You must have read my mind actually. I did think that, but I thought, oh no, I won't say that. It's a bit... this is crap. I'm glad I also got myself some Gundam models to make instead. Yeah. Well, it's good that you're trying all sorts of different hobbies though, Snow Queen. Yeah. In fact, was a daytime knitter. Could have been. Julian's player Jack the Ripper was in fact a gang of Madden embroiders on a killing spree. All the evidence may lead to that. I think there's probably some new evidence. Hang on though. Lee has put, I should mention, as I'm acting in one, if anyone has a spare 40 quid, then Bridge Command in Vauxhall is my friend's Starship Simulator. And it's basically a Starship-esque bridge, shuttle, etc., with live actors, interactive computer screens, and an involving story. Hang on. Decided by player contribution. Yes. Oh, I've seen them at conventions. Is that the same guy? And is your mate? That's fantastic. So if anybody is interested, and you live near London, or if you just want to fancy a day trip to London or whatever, click on that link and check out those Starship Commander things. Yeah. Skill. Oh, yeah, sorry, we're upgrading, aren't we? Skill, because we're very cinematic shooting there. Yeah. Can see why they might rip their embroidery in half. Yeah, frustration. To be fair, they don't have Gundam in Victorian days. Just had to do lame stuff instead. Yeah, I guess so. They had Depardieu, the actor? You know, the collage where you stick the collage down. All hail the Freedom Gundam, Steel Warrior, Angel of Hope. We didn't get to go at UK Games, and we gave a slot up to a father and his 2 kids. Oh, that's very kind of you, Julian. Foxwell in London. I stayed there this time of year. Snow Queen, I got 2 of the Ghibli Gundam sets today, and a normal starter one. Holy wow. Unicorn SD Gundam is adorable. Oh, bless. Bless, bless, bless. Okay, so let's vote. Sorry. So this is a new vote then. What would you like to upgrade? Strength, we're on 3. Skill, we're on 4. Sixth Sense, we're on 4. Speed, we're on 3. Type which one you'd like to upgrade. Ah, I know. They're doing tasters at UK Games. Oh, okay. Yes, it's in box. Speeds. Sasha would like some speed. So would Steve, so would Lee, so would Julian. No, Julian wants strength. Are you ever going to get your wish, Julian? So far, it's speed. Is there any more votes coming in? I think they're trolling you. Leaving's put skill. I was at a premiere in the Power Station Cinema. I was at a premiere in the Power Station Cinema. Oh, okay, not a premiere in. Speed, not at this rate. Yeah, speed. They're all ganging up on you. It is speed. We now have 4 speed. Just then, the water blazes with golden light. It's evening time, and you turn to see the sun dropping below the clouds. It glistens on the great dome of surrounding London. The dome built to keep the breach at bay, but now cracked and breached itself. The creeping vegetation and strange mutations found their way in long ago. Finally, as dusk turns to night, you moor the boat by some stone steps and climb up onto the bank. Ahead, where the dome meets the ground, there's a gate. There we go. Battersea, appropriate considering our Clint Eastwood shooting was fast as lightning. It was. You're doing very well, you guys. It's been very successful. At least, but I mean, I probably was in a Premier Inn on tour in Bath. Absolutely. But Premier Inns are brilliant. They're really good. Okay, 183. Let's just have a quick look-see. And there we shall leave it. There we shall leave it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. We are family. We've made pretty good progress. We've landed on Earth. We've got through the breach, so to speak. Survived the Zutan clan. And we've gone down the river. We're just about to go into the dome that's used to protect London. But the vegetation mutations seem to be everywhere. Great story. I can't wait for more. Thank you very much. Yes. These are normally very well written, so I knew this would be good. The only thing I would say is I'm not emotionally connected yet. I know that we've got our brother. We're sort of going to hopefully find answers to that. But I don't know. I'm not as connected. The previous ones I was more connected. But hey, maybe it's because it's sci-fi and I normally prefer fantasy. However, weirdly enough, it's a sci-fi book, but it's given us a sort of fantasy option. Hey, but that's just a minor thing. Leaving us, but gotta rewatch this episode later. Apologies. Are you toved off on 4 separate occasions? Then did leave a narrative. No worries, Leewin. No worries. You have a sleep. I would say real life takes precedence. Do we know that? Do we know the bounty's here? Well, the reason why we've gone here is that we are looking for a lead. We believe Murgil the Fool is in London, and he or she seems to know about Omen Rose, who is the person we're actually looking for. I'm more of a fantasy girl myself, but performing in sci-fi audio drama over the last few years, lovely, have given me a better appreciation of things. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I've read a lot of science fiction, well, a fair amount of science fiction in my youth, and then I sort of went back to fantasy. So I read fantasy as a kid, got into sci-fi, read lots of sci-fi, well, a fair amount of sci-fi, and then went back to fantasy. But I should get back into sci-fi, really. I hope it's a red bounty. I like them best. I have the League of Thieves book in the same series, which I need to play. Yes, we did do a playthrough of that, Steve. It's very good. We did enjoy that one. Yeah. Which, weirdly enough, I was like, I think when I decided I was going to do To Kill a Thief, I was like, oh, they've just launched the Thief one, the League of Thieves. I thought, oh, okay, great. And then these ones, goblins. I thought, oh, I'll do a goblin book, and then they release Revenge of the Goblins. I'm like, what is this? What is this? Stop this, man! So there we go. Snow Queens, but I have 5 of these, and definitely will make playthroughs of all of them. They look excellent. They are. They're very well written. They have got compelling stories. It's a trusted publisher. You know, they're a proper publisher. So yeah, you're going to get some good stuff there. They've buggered your house. What? Yep. I started in sci-fi, says Julian, went over to fantasy, and now have no time to read anything. Yeah, curses. I know. Well, I'm actually reading Lovejoy. I've got into reading lots of murder mysteries at the moment because, you know, I'm designing murder mystery board games at the moment. So, yeah. But did you know, Lovejoy, look at that. Did you know Lovejoy are actually murder mystery books? Forget the TV series. You don't know nothing about Lovejoy until you start reading the books. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah. They're not quite what you think they're going to be. Put it that way. Don't forget to message. Oh, yes, I will do. I will hopefully do that now. We should do that. A Lovejoy game book. Yeah. Do you want to take Lady Jane's offer of going for a slap-up meal, a slap-up lunch, or do you want to go and teach, was it Catchpole, about antiques? There's no decision there, is there? Don't forget to check how to design it. Oh, yes. Yeah. I know, I'm useless at stuff like that. So thank you for that, Snow Queen. Oh, fantastic. I love Lovejoy, so it could be interesting to see what those books are like. Yes. Now, I won't spoil them, but they are different to the TV series, okay? All I'm going to say is they're more grown up. If you were to do an authentic version of Lovejoy the books, you would put them on at 9 o'clock. You know, it's like adult stuff. It's not really Sunday at 7 o'clock. Yeah, so if you were to do it, it's more like the Sweeney or the Minder. It's just more adult. So, yeah. Tinker forever. Tinker's a regular cast member. Catchpole is not a regular cast member at all. He appears I think in the second book, and then that's it. So yeah, very different. We like different. It is honestly from a literature point of view, from an interesting point of view. It is very interesting. They're very enjoyable to read. However, I'm just going to put a little caveat to it. These were written in the 70s, so I have decided in my mind that these are period piece books, okay? So you read them in the context of the 70s and 80s. So bear that in mind if you do read them. But they are enjoyable. They're very well written. You do on the whole like Lovejoy. There are times when you go, ooh, no, Lovejoy, no. But on the whole, they are enjoyable. Yeah, so a bit surprising with that. Bit surprising. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. It's lovely to chat with you all again. Thank you, Sasha. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Snow Queen. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Julian. Thank you, Lirin. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jam. Have I missed anyone out? I don't know. Julian. Thank you, Julian. Looks cool. So yes, just to remind you to kill a thief. I am now back working on that, so I'm furiously trying to do the illustrations. And also, I am going to be doing the corrections from the proofreading. I've got one lot of that back. Julian, he's furiously trying to playtest my gamebook, aren't you, Julian? Yes, good night, Lirin. Good morning. Thank you so much. Cheers again, and all the chatty MC chatter faces. See you next time. Thank you so much, everybody. Yes, and if I've missed your name off, I do apologise. The Lord Zods, thank you very much. Yes, thank you, Zods. And thank you to anyone else that's watching, or if you watch this on playback, I do appreciate it. The next one will be Saturday, live stream, 10 a.m. UK time. Edra Tales, Rambling of a Storyteller, where we talk about creativity, we talk about your creative projects, we talk about my creative projects, and we ramble off maybe onto some other topics, such as Lovejoy. Yes, Ken, yes. Thank you so much. Good night, one and all.